name is Derek Herron, and I am a professor and irrigation engineer in the Department of Biological Systems Engineering, and I am also a faculty fellow with the Water for Food Institute, and also serve as the education coordinator for the Daugherty Water for Food Institute.
Yeah, my name is Dean Eisenhower, and I'm an emeritus professor in biological systems engineering, and I was on the faculty there until 2015. Actually, after I officially retired, I had a 20% appointment in the Water for Food Institute, and mainly worked on the partnership that we had or have with the Institute of Water Education in Delft, the Netherlands. I've been involved in this irrigation field course since its start, which was in 2012, and it was part of our partnership with the Water for Food Institute in Delft, and they like to have a summer field course even before we started with them, and our connection there is a faculty member named Laszlo Hyde, and he liked the idea of bringing the students to the United States and particularly to Nebraska, since we can see a wide range of irrigation application and so forth. So since 2012, we've done it every other year since that time, with the exception of 2020, the COVID year.
Really the goal is probably two things. The first one is hands-on learning, and so a lot of our classes have some hands-on labs, which is great, but that's really a focus of this course. So a lot of students will gain some principles from a textbook, but then have the aha moment here when they see it in real life. And since it's an immersive experience, a whole class in 3 weeks, then a lot of those dots get connected.
Things I've been learning from my undergrad, I've only learned about them in books and maybe in YouTube videos, but now I'm getting to layman's on them. So this course has been really impactful experientially.
I have a lot of experience in flood management and hydrological and hydraulic modeling, but I never had any experience to hand-on training related to especially for irrigation. I worked in agriculture department, but my focus was only focused on water and soil fertility, but that has no component related to irrigation, how we manage better irrigation practices, or what are the better irrigation practices, and how can we implement the technology for sustainable management of water resources. This class gives us more opportunities and provide us ideas and hand-on trainings on different type of technology, which include pivot and other ones as well.
So during this past week and this week, we have learned a lot of the irrigation system in Nebraska, from the field irrigation through the canals to Lake Mackinac, and how they took the water, how they improve the system, and how they manage all the amount of water every farmer needs for the fields. Also, we learn every specific part of the system, as well, pivot systems. We are now seeing the furrow system, but we also saw the micro irrigation just yesterday. And I think so far we have seen that, but we're gonna see other system in the next days.
Along with the hands-on learning, we also do a lot of tours, and that helps provide a systems perspective on irrigated crop production in Nebraska. And so, in other words, we specialize in field scale irrigation management, but the learning objective for the students is to see the broader system that's required for production agriculture to work well.
We've been to the Central Nebraska Public Power and Irrigation Project. We've been to manufacturers of sprinkler systems, center pivot irrigation systems. So I've only seen those systems, but being to where it is actually produced, every single step involved in the production for me has been fascinating.
Well, for me it was shocking to see all the Nebraska irrigation system. That was I never saw in my country. Maybe we have kind of similar, but it was very shocking. How well it was, everything, how well it was designed to be today working perfectly. But it was very nice to see all the system like in practice. Most of the time in my career I just have seen like in books or just studying for pictures, but here we can see like real system and face to face, so that's impressive.
The challenge would be it's really compressed and intense, so it's a lot of work to get it all organized and take care of logistics, and for the students also it's pretty intense for them. But the trade-off is the learning of the immersive experience, also the camaraderie that is built up among the students. We have them in teams. Each team has students from at least 3 different countries, from 3 different continents, 3 different advisors. So there's just all sorts of great cultural interactions. And then we do an overnight trip for 2 nights, so I get to know them a lot better that way as well. But the depth of thinking that comes from the hands-on activities, the aha moments, and then connecting it to their projects. I get a lot of questions on the side about their master's project or their PhD project and what the implications are.
This class provides a very extensive experience, and it's hard to continue with the class because it's 6 days long class in a week, and we have to work more than 8-9 hours in a day, and that is very exhausting, but it is a good learning experience. How can you perform when you have a lot of corporative or pressure from different sides? You can perform well when you have experience during your education.
My vision would be someday, if someone meets someone who works in irrigation, they would say, "Did you get to do an irrigation field course?" And to have that shape our discipline, that for people who work in irrigation, having a hands-on field course experience is invaluable for learning the practicality of how things work and connecting it to the broader systems perspective and meeting a variety of people throughout the agricultural industry.
Things that I'm a little biased towards, but one of the reasons we came to our particular farm as part of this course is that a lot of the hands-on part was large-scale irrigation, and this is what I would consider more small-scale irrigation, and a lot of these students, that'll be what they will really experience when they go back to their home country.
In my country, I'm a professor in the university. All this knowledge is for transform my knowledge a student in bachelor. This is my plan.
This course has been a great experience, hand-on experience working on irrigation labs and getting on-the-ground experience, seeing how the pivot center especially, it was interesting because in Sudan we are used to or have more of surface irrigation methods. So it was interesting seeing how the center pivot works, how it's manufactured. That was a great experience.
For me, I can tell anybody I'm an irrigation specialist, which rightly I am. So for me, I've been able to find that balance between theory and practical thanks to this course.